while we were waiting for NBA action to return, we learned that the Tyson-Jake Paul match is going to be postponed. What happened, Chris? What gives? What happened?
Well, the official word is that Mike Tyson has been dealing with an ulcer problem, and it flared up during a recent flight, and it's made him unable to train appropriately going into the scheduled fight against Jake Paul. Now, again, officially, they are saying they are going to reschedule this fight. I have been told that 2 dates are being explored in Arlington, Texas. I think there's a mid-October date that is available to them, and maybe even a mid-November date as well. This is something that the Cowboy Stadium folks have conveyed to Jake Paul's team. I will also say this, though. There is genuine concern from people that are also on the card. I mean, there are a number of other fights that are on the card about this specific card moving forward. I mean, again, Mike Tyson is 57 years old. He's almost 58 years old. They're saying it's a minor ulcer issue, but I don't think anything's minor at that stage kind of your life, especially when it comes to putting yourself in the proper shape to fight a professional boxing match. So right now the plan is to reschedule this fight for the fall of this year. But there is some concern amongst people involved with the fight that the Paul Tyson fight might not go through at all. And some of the fighters on this card might be looking for kind of lifeboats to appear on other cards moving forward.
Wow. How about them apples?
Wow. I know it's bitterly disappointing for you, Rich.
No, I know. No, I mean, obviously,
I think boxing fans everywhere
reliving even
right?
just for a round or two would have been great. But obviously,
are we surprised here? I mean, are we shocked? He's 57. All right, things happen when you turn a certain age, especially when you're trying to kind of transform your body back into a professional fighter. I mean, look, Mike has always been in pretty good shape, regardless, but if he's going through the kind of training regimen that his team says he's going through, and believe me, I was following him around, for a few days in New York, and every time I tried to get some time with him, I would get these messages from members of his team saying, oh, he's in intensive training mode right now. If you believe his team, he was training like 16 hours a day, for this fight against Jake Paul. And when you're putting your body through stuff like that, things are going to happen. So, look, I don't think it's completely off. It's certainly not out of the question. But again, there are people involved that are expressing skepticism that this specific fight is going to move forward.
Well, as somebody who's 21 days removed from turning the double nickel, I appreciate you referring to mid to late 50s as certain age. Thank you, Chris. That was very gentle of you and greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. In the minute I have left, you want to tell us what happened in Saudi Arabia, since that's the legitimate boxing conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw the end of Deontay Wilder, at least as a professional boxer. That's 2 losses in a row. This one, a bad knockout to Zhilei Zhang. And I wrote about this today on SI.com. Like, Deontay Wilder kind of leaves behind a complicated legacy because he helped reinvigorate heavyweight boxing in the United States. And held a world championship for 5 years, was a former bronze medalist in the Olympics. But there's always going to be the questions about what Deontay Wilder left on the table. And would he have succeeded if he faced the very best in the prime of his career? Most of his prime was spent facing guys who were heavy underdogs. And when he went up against guys that were considered his peers, most of the time he didn't win. He had the draw against Tyson Fury, then back-to-back losses. He was completely blanked by Joseph Parker back in December, and now he was knocked out by a 41-year-old Zhilei Zhang. So, look, I'm happy for Deontay in the sense that he made a pile of money and is going to get to go back to Alabama and enjoy his life. But, there's always going to be the what-ifs with him. What would have happened if he faced Vladimir Klitschko? What would have happened if he faced David Haye? What would have happened if he had faced the very best of the best after he won his title in 2015? What would have happened if he faced Anthony Joshua when he was supposed to face him, or, offered a lot of money to face him back in 2019? These are some of the great what-ifs in recent heavyweight boxing memory.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.